Judy, and I'm going to show you a fun way to decorate Easter eggs and make egg stands using the new Some Odd Girl stamps, Bunny Girl Gwen and Hip Hop Hooray.
Okay, the supplies that we'll need to get us started will be our Some Odd Girl clear stamp sets, Bunny Girl Gwen and Hip Hop Hooray. I'll be using a little bit from each of those. We'll also need eggs. We'll need StazOn ink. We will need a paper towel holder to make the bases of our egg stands with. We need food coloring. I'm going to be using gel food coloring. Paint brushes, some green sorts of paper. You can use plain cardstock or pattern paper. Alright, let's get started. Okay, here's our setup for stamping our egg. We are going to take our egg and place it directly onto the stamp to get the image rather than stamping onto the egg. With it being round, this just works a little bit easier. I'm going to use a push pad on my work surface just to give it a little cushion. And we are not going to use an acrylic block. I've just found that it's easier to do it this way. You may want to experiment and see if it works better for you with the block, and that'll be fine. But otherwise, just be prepared that you may get a little ink on your manicure if you have one. And we are going to start off with our practice egg. You may want to have one of these set aside that you can just practice with until you get the feel of it. I'm going to stamp the stamp right into the StazOn ink, and then I'm going to place it back onto the little push pad cushion. So you just take your egg and lay it on to your image and roll and kind of just do a little rock back and forth to make sure you're getting it all. And let's see, we did. Oh, I got everything except a little edge there, which you might could just take a permanent marker and just put the little line on there. But keep practicing and you'll get it perfect like I did here.
Now we're going to paint our egg using food coloring. Just use a small brush and dip it into the gel food coloring, just like you would paint. You can use darker layers for shadows and dab off the excess food coloring. I'm just using a paper towel when I dab it off. Here I'm adding a little water to put some highlights on there, and then making some darker shadows. Now we're going to do the green part of our carrot from the Hip Hop Hooray set. And the carrot's about done. Now I'm going to use the Easter basket from the same set, the Hip Hop Hooray set. The small tiny brushes work great for the little tiny eggs, getting all the detail. Adding a bright pink here. Just remember that you're using food coloring, so it will stain. Be careful what you get it on. Dab off that extra. Makes it a lot lighter too. Gonna put a little orange on here now. This is just a fun way to decorate your Easter eggs. You could let your kids give this a try too. Maybe you could do the stamping if they're younger and let them try to paint. I'm going to dab that off, and then we're going to finish off our little basket by adding some shadows. And now we'll complete it with a little green for the grass. Basket's all done. Now we'll make our egg stand. You just need a strip of paper, and you're going to cut little grass blades. Your Bunny Girl Gwen set. stamp a sentiment onto the pattern paper. Then take the inside of a paper towel roll, the little tube, and that's what we're going to use to support the egg, and just cut a little portion off. You don't have to measure with a ruler, just kind of, check it with your paper strip and make sure it's going to be covered up. Trim off any excess. As you see, I'm not using a ruler, I'm just kind of wrapping it around to make sure it's going to fit. You could also use a punch, edge punch if you had for grass, or some decorative edge scissors to make the grass with. Just wrapping it around, taping it down, trimming it up, and now it's got a little grass around it. And our egg fits there perfectly. And that is the odd way to decorate your Easter eggs and make egg stands using the new clear stamp sets from Some Odd Girl, Bunny Girl Gwen, and Hip Hop Hooray. Happy Easter!